Gonna be some Fishcake Lash. I don't think I've actually ever analyzed Fishcake play. I just hear he's a good player, so I'm kind of excited for this.
Let's take out Geist.
Let's push green.
Our yellow guardian has been defeated.
They lose Guardian relatively quickly. But, I mean,
Headed to blue.
now that they lost Guardian, though, the Lash is kind of free up to roam. So they're gonna leave the Shiv in the solo lane for a while. And nice catch.
Victims on the bridge.
Yeah, he gets one, it's good. Nice, good kill.
Let's take out Geist.
Good card away. That was a good roam.
I see Grey Talon.
He catches the Paradox, stuns her off the and hyperlines her. And now he's getting blue.
Let's push blue.
He doesn't have enough damage to kick it, but it's good damage. It's still good damage on it. Because they all have fast zips, so he has to back off. And they will lose blue here, but it's fine. But he continues his roaming. He's just farming.
Our blue guardian has been destroyed.
He's looking behind them for a slam. And he made sure he wasn't seen.
I see Grey Talon. Let's take out Geist. I see Grey Talon.
That wasn't as great. But his mistake there is just kind of overstaying. Like, his team is already getting low, and they're looking for the tower dive. It's not great. So they lose out on a lot. He just goes to blue because it's the most important lane. He does not want them to have any opportunity to take the walker. And right now, all he's doing is he's covering waves for people so that they can take the centers.
Let's take out Grey Talon.
So you can see that Ido is taking the doubles right now, and he's getting pressured off a little bit, but he's getting help from Ranger. But he's covering the lanes for the time being because you want your carries to get the centers. Because you want them to be able to scale into the game.
Headed to Greenwich. Let's take out Grey Talon.
He's not going to stay in the side lane by himself for a while. It's just for a little bit.
Blue guy is here.
But it's also one of Fishcake's role in the team. Like, he does tend to play a little bit of that secondary carry. But that's only in times when Duke can't play like a hard carry, like a Celeste or a Yamato. Or a Mina of some sort. Good little win. Really close. They got the trade. I remember seeing this in game where Stride actually turned off his Aura of Suffering, but if he kept it on, he actually would have killed Fishcake and lived. Because he would have killed him with the Lash ult. Or in the Lash ult.
Let's take out Grey Talon.
Our yellow walker is under attack.
Yeah, not really much action in the lane phase, just some usual roam. Exactly. And all he's doing is he's roaming around and putting pressure on the map. Like, because of how much burst he has, he just wants to use that to get pressure around it and create some space for his carries. Good movement, but not enough. He doesn't have any greens, so it makes it really, really hard. But he is able to do a kill. So, And if Dew lives here, which I think he actually did, I remember seeing this. He's so low, he works some Dew magic to live.
They think they can stand toe to toe with me.
But
They're going to have
it's exactly that. He gets the kill,
I see Yamato.
wait for Dew, and then now he's just covering the wave. And he can't play this too aggressively because of the guy swap. If he does, he just straight up dies. But he's just picking up the waves. He's just going around, looking to apply pressure. Oh, I love this, actually. So he doesn't push it out again, but he looks to take a better angle and hover. So he knows that they're going to look for the Shiv pushing this wave. And because of this, he's actually positioned himself to be able to come back into this. Too bad he doesn't get the kill, but that was still really good damage. And a good little bait. He buys a lot of time for his team to come back. Ido gives the guy swap. But now she doesn't have it. So now the person sidelining against the Geist can look to put a little bit more pressure onto her. But yeah, they're trying to just keep the pressure here because it's the Urn spawn.
I see Victor.
And it's now much easier just due to the fact that they got rid of the guy swap.
Our blue walker is under attack.
Now that they have the Urn, they just choose to back off. He did look for the Victor to try and get the ultimate off so they can't contest it as well. Or can't contest the Urn as well. But yeah.
I see Great Talon.
But I like the response from BWC. Too bad they're kind of dying for it. But I like how they're playing it aggressively. I do not like this. But this is they're leaving the wave push by itself just because Saya's gonna be respawning.
Yamato's missing.
If they wait.
I see paradox.
Ah, so they slow push the wave. I like this actually even more. Okay, before we get to the Urn, I'm going to talk about what happened slow pushing. So, Ranger actually only killed a few minions, so he allowed the wave to stack. And because of this, the wave will push by itself. So he doesn't care about the money, but he wants to get the prio without having someone there. And he does this by creating a slow push. So he kills like 1 or 2 minions, and that will allow the wave to stack up and kill their wave faster. So that's how they're getting the blue prio right now. So this is really interesting, and this actually allowed them to stack as 6 here. I remember saying this when I was watching it live. Flaws, I think, should have just kept pushing this walker down and played selfish, but he decided to take TP and join the fight. So, but we'll see. We're focusing on Fishcake, so we'll see what he does.
I see Victor.
Take out Great Talon. Let's take out Yamato. Let's take out
Big ult. Did they combo the ults? A little unfortunate, but good attempt.
Take out Yamato.
Yeah. Nice. Even though he does die, he does apply a lot of pressure throughout it. He gets a 3-man lash ult. He gets a few kills. He did his job in that fight. What I'm going to talk about here, though, is the bait that he did at the Urn, where he takes the engagement.
Your luck's gonna run out eventually.
Yamato's missing.
And he kind of baits the fact that he's going for a lash ult. And this is probably just recognition from the fact that he probably pressed tab and checked the enemy's items. He probably saw that Tanner had knockdown. So what he does is he looks, and then he uses his 2 here. And you can see the knockdown. But instead, he doesn't pop his ult. He immediately goes back to the bridge. And what this will do is it reduces the amount of time he spent stunned by the knockdown. And then because of this, yes, he does get stunned by the Victor. But because he's created that distance and separation from him in the fight, he's able to look again and then get this 3-man lash ult. Unfortunately, they don't get the combo between the lash ult and the Abrams ult, but it was still really well played. And yes, he does die. But he did his job, which is what's important. And then I had to see this because it was just so smart. Saya carded the Paradox away to get the urn. So that was just really nice. Without that, they don't get the urn, and they just kind of go neutral in the fight because of the urn timer. I want to see what happens here. So yeah. He recognizes the fight going on top of his carry. He wants to save his carry. So what does he do? He takes the fastest route to him. And then looks for it. He doesn't approach it immediately. Instead, he takes his time, looks for a better angle. And because of that, he's able to get a good slam on the Yamato. And pretty much get the kill. They isolated the fight. So that was really good. And because of this pressure, they're able to look towards this right Guardian. And then they also send the 2 people over to help defend the Guardian. The Walker. That was a huge cube. But yeah, they're just constantly looking to keep putting the pressure on. That's all he's doing. He's just looking to put pressure. And that's what Lash is for. Lash is one of the best characters for limit testing because your job on the team is just to constantly be fighting. You're looking to just do damage to them constantly, and just by being around the waves and around these fights, you're going to be getting your money.
Let's take out.
Our green walker is under attack.
But at this point, he's already reached all 3 of his spikes, and that's what the most important thing is. I like how he's hiding. He's making sure he's not seen. And just hovering them. Hovering. So if they decide to take an engage, he can turn it. A little bit scary. I just think this is a bad engage. There's no reason for him to be doing this. Like, sure, he might be looking for buying time for something, but there's nothing really on the map right now. So he should really just be focused on clearing the wave and playing it safe. What caused them to go mid here? Is it just the wave states? Did they just take it because of wave states? They have a lead, good mid contest, and they're just like, yeah, we'll mog you guys in the mid fight. We're just the better team. Yeah, that's literally it. There's no pick, nothing.
Let's go mid.
This is a cool mid.
Let's go mid. They're in mid.
This is kind of an ego mid call. This is pretty much just saying we're the better team. But they play well to get all 3. And they know they have enough damage to do it quickly. And they're not scared to lose the walkers. just because they know they're gonna get it back with the rejuve.
Our yellow walker has been defeated.
I see Geist.
Our green walker is under attack.
John kills flaws in the 1v1, which is huge. Because they don't lose the walker. And then, I love what they're doing here. They push down Blue Walker first. This is the big thing. Because Blue Walker is the hardest one to take. And probably the most important one to take. Because it's much easier to end the game through mid than any other lane. So what they do is they focus this one because this will make the sidewalkers a little bit tankier. Because if they went to a side one first, the mid one would be harder to take just due to the extra HP gains on a walker death. That was just great zoning from the team too.
I see great talent.
And they're just holding this hostage and they've kept both side lanes pushed. So John's able to get free damage on the walker and they're also getting damage on yellow walker.
I see Victor.
I see Paradox. Let's push York.
Soon to get killed by me.
They played the map really well there.
I see Victor.
Because they have every lane pushed out, he just decides to join the fight.
I see
He
Geist.
yells ult coming up soon. They don't need to play this too fast. They're taking it slow. They have the rejuice.
They took out Shiv. Alright, I'm done.
I see Geist.
I see Yamato. You don't mind the pickup? Do you have a heal?
I see great talent. I see Viscous. I see Victor.
The reason why they're just playing this fight so aggressively, even though they have the walker resistances, is because of what's happening on the right side of the map.
Let's meet here.
They're slowly whittling them down and not allowing them to reset. And because of the rejuice that they had, they use all three to just keep the pressure going. And they get all three walkers even and just for the cost of one.
Let's push yellow.
Let's push green.
Protect the urn runner.
Over before.
Protect the urn runner. They're trying to deliver the urn.
I see Geist.
Who got hit? I
The fact that John lives here is crazy.
Victor.
But yeah, this is a good rotation by the team. Oh, nice bird. Nice trap.
The urn has been dropped.
That was just good job on BWC. And I love how Do just casually stole the urn out of that. But John living there is the biggest thing. He's their main DPS, so they want to keep him alive.
You're outclassed.
I see you.
Nice. Good pick. Yeah. And just like as we saw with the Doorman and all the other burst characters, they went Tank Buster and Spirit Burn just to help them burst down people. The Spirit Burn helps with all the anti-heal, especially into like people like a Victor, Geist, Yama,
Take out Viscous.
which is really good to have.
The spirit urn is waiting to be claimed.
And they're just constantly fighting over this urn. Melee Creeps does not want them to get this urn because it's comeback.
I see Viscous.
And they don't want to fight it because of the resistances that they'll get.
You're looking at him.
I see Paradox.
The urn
That was a good cutoff by John.
I see Paradox.
And he steals it away. So now they can actually, and now that they have the numbers advantage, they can now look to deposit this. It makes the fight so much easier, and this will make it so BWC doesn't want to like contest them at the urn. Even though they have the resistances, it's still risky. The numbers advantage means more than the money advantage they would get from the stats.
Let's push Greenwich. I see great talent. Let's push Greenwich.
That's just an overextension from Arctic,
The Venator
but good capitalization on that mistake.
I see Victor.
And right now, BWC is just scrambling for stuff. They're trying to get any kills or any picks that they can get. But they're so split. And it just allows melee creeps to be able to push in and do whatever they want. And they're just playing for mid-bell spawn. This is the safe play. So they want to slow the game down. It got really chaotic really quickly, and they want to slow down the pace just to play towards what they can do. Yes, they know they're strong, and they know they'll thrive in the chaos, but they don't want to risk anything. And by making it chaotic, you kind of lose that opportunity. So there's a lot more of a risk when it's chaos. When there's chaos.
I see Paradox.
Super small thing. He took a step back to allow John to get in front of him, just so he could grapple away to safety.
Gooey's up ahead. I see Geist.
I see Ritka. I see Geist.
I see
I see
Victor.
Victor.
Nice. And that all happened just because they decided to play it a little bit slow. They made it so BWC had to force and exert themselves to push out, and with that they have to they're like trying to do this because they're trying to come back into the game. Anthem, thank you for the follow. I do appreciate it.
Let's go mid.
Yeah, they're just playing it safe here.
They're in mid.
Grab the mid boss. They're gonna leave one person to pick up all three, and while the rest of them push. And they've already done that because of the doorway that was set by Saya.
They're in mid.
The Rejuvenator is descending.
And just because of the respawns, they back off. They have a lot of money now, so they're just gonna reset, buy, take it slow. There's no reason to rush this because they do scale quite well into the game. So they're not too scared, and they do have a 50k gold lead. So they just want to do whatever safety measure they can in order to secure the win. I like the unstop buy. This way he can actually save his debuff remover for something else, like the slowing hex instead of the knockdown.
They won't see me coming, but boy, will they know I've been there. Don't mind the blood. It's gently used.
I see great talent.
That was a good set play
I see
for
Victor.
the doorman door. It was almost a movie ultimate.
Take out Victor.
But yeah, they're not scared now that they have the 3 lives. They're just playing this super aggressively.
Geist. I see Yamato.
Come on, Fishcake. You know they haven't gotten the shrines yet. Come on, man. Now they're just gonna look to end the game with the respawn timers. This should just be GG's. Solid game 3 all the way through.
Don't jump for mercy. Good game. Well fought.
That's GG's.